Hi, everybody. I'm ConnieJo with Team Soul Navigation, and today we're going to go through the transits of March of 2024 and what they mean for you. And we get started with a bang, everybody, because in the month of March of 2024, all planets are direct. This is incredible energy it's forward momentum. It's energy to reach your goals. Everybody's going forward. We're not looking backward at anything right now. And the energy is good for starting projects, finishing projects, and moving ahead in any endeavor that you need to do. So we will have Mercury in retrograde starting April 1st. So March is the month of the forward momentum. I also want to say happy birthday to all the Pisces and Aries that have birthdays in the month of March. I hope your solar return is amazing. And I also want to say, get out your natal charts. Take a look at where these transits are happening in your chart so you'll know where the action is. So get out your charts and let's get started. With March 1st, we have a really nice transit. The sun in Pisces will make a sextile to Jupiter at 11 degrees of Taurus. So if you have planets in Pisces and Taurus, this might be especially useful for you. So the sun is actually separating from Saturn at this point, and we're moving from that restricted, delayed energy into more expansive Jupiter energy, which is really nice. This is a lucky transit, y'all. There's a spirit of generosity. There is a spirit of hospitality that people tend to have during this transit. It's a good day to start new projects. And it's also a great day to study philosophy or astrology. Ninth house topics come into play with Jupiter involved. Maybe even embark on learning a new language on this day. But this energy is generally really good, positive energy to start anything. So let's move on to transit number 2, which I like transit number 1 better. Okay, on March 3rd, Venus in Aquarius will be making a square to Uranus at 19 degrees in Taurus. All right, so this can really be a testing energy, especially in your love life. There's like this rebelliousness to this aspect. There's a need for freedom. It's like there's a need to break loose somehow when you have Venus making a square to Uranus. There's an urge for change. There's an urge for excitement. And, it's funny because sudden and really strange things can happen under this transit. If you fall in love under this transit, it may be a really different experience for you in your love life. Also, this is interesting. There may be a tendency to spend too much money when Venus makes a square to Uranus. There's that impulsiveness to this, that impulse buying that you might regret later. So write down March 3rd is a day maybe not to go shopping and possibly not to go on that important date because it could go suddenly strange. On March 4th, we have Mercury in Pisces at 19 degrees, making a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. You are going to see a lot of Taurus and Pisces and even some Libra this month, but also some Aquarius. So if you have planets in any of these signs, look out because you're really going to have a lot of experience in March of 2024 as these may be hitting your personal planets or angles. So the aspect of Mercury making a sextile to Uranus is really interesting. And I love it because it gives you innovative ideas that you may not have had before. Like conversations can suddenly turn really, really interesting. And I think it makes us more likely to listen to someone else's point of view, to take their point of view in and realize that Uranian energy, that possibly there's other ways to look at things in the world. You can also have flashes of insight on this day. Remember, this is March 4th. So also psychic energy, may come about. You may have a psychic experience on this day because when you mix Mercury, our communication, our thinking, our thought processes with Uranus, the planet of sudden happenings and freedom, like lightning strikes, it's almost like we're connecting with the outer realms. So psychic activity may come really easily on this day. And look, it's a great day for brainstorming too. Just to sit down by yourself or with a group of people and come up with new ideas, start that new business. This Uranian energy can really give you some insight that you didn't have before. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so on March 8th, Mercury in Pisces will be conjuncting Neptune at 27 degrees. So this is very different than the Mercury with Uranus, because when Mercury makes a conjunction to Neptune, you may really feel like you're not even thinking logically anymore. Logic kind of goes out the window when Mercury conjuncts Neptune, and thinking becomes more artistic, maybe more abstract. This is a really good time to meditate. It's also a good time to expand your spiritual side. This transit can be positive or it can be negative depending on what aspects it's making to your personal planets. So remember, this is at 27 degrees of Pisces. So if you have planets in the mutable signs, such as Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, this could make a square or an opposition to those planets, which might make this transit a little more uncomfortable, because sometimes Neptune feels like you're on this sea and there's no boundaries at all. You're just floating and floating. There's no land, there's no buoy, there's no person in sight. And your thinking just becomes really abstract. And like I said, not logical, but also, yes, it can bring unclear thinking. It can bring this kind of nebulous energy where you don't feel like you have control or know what's going on. But it can also bring this amazing imagination. So those of you with Neptune already strong in your charts, I mean, this is the time, you could come up with an idea for a book or a song, or maybe just simply meditate and enjoy the day. Listen to some music. That's very Neptune in Pisces, right? Um, Pisces loves music. And so it might be just a great day just to hang out, listen to some music, meditate, let your spiritual side come through, maybe connect with your guides. But don't try to think too logically under this transit. It just doesn't work very well. So while we're talking about imagination, imagine being able to go to any city in the world. So you can do this by getting my relocation report. It's located in the Soul Navigation shop. You can find a link below, and you can pick 5 cities anywhere in the world. And it gives you an idea of what it would be like to actually move there or visit there. There's a scoring system. It scores you on career, on love, on friends, on family. I think there's 10 different categories, and people are having so much fun with this report. So give it a try. It's in the Soul Navigation shop. Okay, our next transit is March 9th. And this is when Mercury will enter Aries late that evening. And Mercury in Aries can be very active in your thinking, and also very independent in your thinking. You really tend to think for yourself more when Mercury is in Aries. So there is this independence throughout the collective. Everybody is kind of thinking for themselves, which is actually not a bad thing. Um, You can come up with a lot of new ideas under the energy of Aries, of Mercury and Aries. The only thing is sometimes this energy can be just a little bit too direct, because Aries can be very opinionated. And speaking out about what you believe, you may be over aggressive and trying to get your point across. So these are all the good things and the not so good things to look for with Mercury in Aries. And this will be March 9th. Okay, also on March 9th, we have Mars at 19 degrees of Aquarius, making a square to Uranus in Taurus. Okay, so this can be a really hyperactive, impulsive energy. This is the energy where tempers can flare easily with Mars square Uranus. It can be impatient energy. So we have impulsive, impatient, tempers flaring, maybe anger coming out, possibly. This is also an energy that could bring on things like road rage, just that impulsive instinct that comes out. Mars is part of our instinctual actions, and then Uranus, things happening suddenly. So just be careful on this day. Be careful with your words and your actions, because it is a day where tempers are more likely to be elevated. And this is at a collective level. So, look for things to happen that day that may just seem kind of impulsive and maybe even a little bit crazy. All right, everybody, stick around till the end. I'm going to draw cards for all 12 signs, and you can look for your rising sun, moon, and Venus sign to give you more information about your month. I hope you have your natal charts out, because you want to look and see where 20 degrees of Pisces is, because on March 10th, we have a new moon at 20 degrees of Pisces. So this new moon is sandwiched in between Saturn and Neptune, which is really interesting because it's separating from the energy of Saturn and moving more toward Neptune. So this is kind of good because, again, it's leaving kind of those restrictions and delays and that Saturn energy behind, and is actively coming up on Neptune, which rules Pisces, which is a kinder, gentler, more loving energy for sure. So as this new moon moves more into this harmonious, peaceful energy of Neptune, this is a good time to be inspired. Pisces is a sign of inspiration. Get new innovative ideas. Set your new moon intentions around this harmony and peace that you may feel, and also your spiritual goals, the visions that you have in your life. Pisces is a visionary. So what do you envision your life to look like at this 20 degrees of Pisces new moon? So when you do your new moon rituals, and by the way, Meredith has an amazing new moon ritual video that you may want to watch, but set your intentions around the harmony and peace and where you most need that in your life. And this will be a beautiful new moon for everyone. It is making an aspect to Uranus as well. So it can bring on new spiritual, innovative ideas. Uranus kind of kicks it up a notch and brings in a little bit of the unknown, a little bit of the unexpected, but makes this new moon in Pisces a little bit more exciting as well. Okay, March 11th. Venus enters Pisces, and Venus is actually exalted in Pisces. It loves to be in Pisces. Therefore, there's like a higher vibration collectively when we have Venus and Pisces. So everyone may seem a little more empathetic, a little more sympathetic, just a little bit more spiritual, a little bit more able to give in, to see the other side, to take a more loving approach to things. Also, this transit with Venus and Pisces could be helpful for our finances because Venus also rules our money, especially if Pisces is in one of your money houses, like the second house or the eighth house. This could be exceptionally good for your finances with Venus there. It's great energy to harness if you are a healer or you work with the occult, if you practice Reiki, astrology, any kind of physical therapy, any kind of healing is great with Venus and Pisces and can bring you that extra boost you need to that spiritual quest. So this is great energy for the collective and for us as individuals. So look to see what house Pisces rules in your chart and how this might affect you. If you would like to see how all of these transits affect you on a personal level, I would love to have a personal reading with you. I also do synastry readings, chart rectifications, anything you want in the astrology realm, pretty much, but compatibility and synastry are probably my favorite. I'd be happy to have a reading with you to go over your personal transits as well. You can find the link to book a reading in the notes below or go to soulnavigation.com and go to readers. I'd be happy to have a session with you. Okay, our next transit is March 17th. And the sun will be conjunct Neptune at 27 degrees. So here we did have Mercury conjuncting Neptune, and now it's the sun. Well, the sun is our ego, is our soul force. And when you have Neptune conjuncting the sun, again, you may feel like you're floating in that Neptunian sea with no boundaries. It's like it's hard to find your boundaries, especially when you have Neptune making a conjunction to the sun. You may feel the need to escape. The best thing to do with this energy really is to meditate, listen to music. You could also journal and write down all of these idealistic, visions that you have, because this is like that visionary energy again, but it's with the sun instead of Mercury. Also, though, I want you to be aware of psychic vampires and scammers on this day because they'll take advantage of that energy too. That nebulous energy where things are not quite clear. This could also happen with the Mercury Neptune transit, where people come in that don't always have the best intentions, use this Neptunian fog, so to speak, to scam or to just literally suck the energy out of you. So be aware of those things, and the vibration is going to be high though. So many of you will recognize if someone is trying to scam you or if they're sucking the energy out of you. And this is a great energy for healing, self-healing. Use that meditation energy to go in and look at the parts of your life that might need to be healed, or healing other people as well is great energy for that. Okay, everybody, we are coming up on the most exciting day, I think, in March, and this is the 19th when the sun enters Aries. This is the spring equinox. This is International Astrology Day. It's a time for rebirth and renewal. It's a brand new beginning, especially in the astrological world, because the sun in Aries goes to 1 degree. It's the brand new beginning for everybody. It's our personal astrological new year. So happy new year, everybody. This is the great time to set your resolutions. I'll tell you something. New Year's, January 1st is amazing. It's wonderful. Everybody has a good time for the most part. But astrologically, it's not the best day for the new beginnings. The best day is the spring equinox. It's when the sun enters Aries. And this is the day that, you can kind of begin anew, set your resolutions for the year, plan your year ahead. And I just want to say Happy New Year, everybody. And this is March 19th, a really special day. On March 21st, we have the sun in Aries making a sextile to Pluto in Aquarius at 1 degree. Okay, so this is our harmonious Pluto energy, and you can actually use this energy to move towards your goals. There's something very determined when you put the sun with Pluto. And this is also a good time because Pluto purges, right? It transforms. So this is a great time to purge whatever isn't working in your life. Give that some thought. What do you need to move out of your life? Because that's what Pluto does. It transforms. And this is a good day to do that. It's a very determined energy. So great day to really work towards your goals and figure things out. Also on this day, we have the transit of Venus conjuncting Saturn at 12 degrees of Pisces. Okay, so with this transit, you can feel isolated. It's not a great transit for intimacy. You may have difficulties in showing affection or even being loving that day. It's kind of a good day to harness the hermit energy and maybe spend some time alone. If you're in a relationship that's already difficult, you may feel really negative with this transit with Venus and Saturn. It could even be breakup energy if the relationship isn't in a good place already. But I will say this, if your relationship is in a great place, this might be the day to seal the deal because we need Saturn in our relationships. When I look at compatibility charts, I always make sure there's a little bit of Saturn because that's the longevity, that's the responsibility, that's the loyalty, that's the commitment. Saturn is all of those things. So where it can make a bad relationship feel even worse, it can make a good relationship maybe even better. This transit, if it's happening in one of your money houses, may bring a financial setback. There's also some good things happening if you have Pisces on the second or eighth house cusp. Good things as well. So this could just be a minor setback. I just feel like I should mention that since Venus does rule our money and Saturn will be sitting exactly on Venus on that day. So just look at your charts and see where 12 degrees of Pisces is. Okay, on the 24th of March, we have Venus in Pisces making a sextile to Jupiter in Taurus at 15 degrees. This is amazing energy. We have the two benefics together, making this harmonious aspect. Everyone may feel happier, more hospitable, more generous. It's really a good luck aspect. So where is that in your chart? It might be a great day to socialize or have a party. It's definitely a good day to get together with friends and enjoy that Venus Jupiter energy. And really the worst thing that happens with this transit is probably overindulgence. So be aware of that as well. But all in all, a really nice transit for the 24th of March. Stick around, everybody. I'll be drawing some tarot cards for each sign at the end of the transits. But right now, one of the most important transits in March is the full moon lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Libra. So you definitely want to look to see where 5 degrees of Libra is located in your personal natal chart. And for those around you, your partner, your parents, your children, your friends, all of the important people in your life, see where this eclipse will happen because eclipses make things happen. Now, as this is a lunar eclipse, it could be a little bit more internalized, more emotional. It might involve more of us on a personal level than things happening in an outward way. But eclipses make things happen. Things definitely happen around eclipses. Things go out, things come in. So I want to give you some dates of when lunar eclipses were in Libra. Think back to these dates. Did anything significant happen? And if it did, what was it? because similar things are likely to happen during this eclipse season, around this eclipse in Libra. So you can look from eclipse to eclipse. I think the next eclipse would be in April, and it's a solar eclipse. That's the big one, everybody. We'll definitely be talking more about that solar eclipse because it will be visible to people, especially in the United States this time. So lucky us. Okay, but back to our lunar eclipse. These are the dates that you should look for. Look back on these dates. These were eclipses in Libra. If you can remember back that far, some of you are probably not even this old, but April and October of 1996, October of 2004 and 2005, April of 2015, and March of 2016. Did significant things happen around these times for you? If so, this eclipse is likely to be really important and really significant for you. So what house does Libra rule in your chart? And are there any personal planets close to this eclipse point? All right, so this full moon really deals with healthy relating and how we can make improvements in our relationships, not just our romantic relationships, but all relationships. Libra is the relating for everyone, is that harmony and peace and balance that we can bring to our relationships. But Libra is also very fair. It rules the justice card in astrology. It's ruled by the scales. That's the symbol. It wants things to be right. Believe me, Libra is a very strong cardinal sign. So also just be aware. What does it take to maintain a relationship, and is it worth it? Is there codependency involved? If there is, perhaps look toward that other axis of Aries, looking for more independent energy. Don't allow others to be dependent on you, and don't be codependent on others. These are just things to look for with this Libra eclipse. We don't want to have unhealthy, unbalanced relationships. So look where there might be an imbalance and how you can make it better. And okay, so everybody, please leave me some comments on what the previous eclipses brought to you, because I'd really like to see what's kind of going to come up for everybody. Okay, our last transit date is Venus in Pisces making a trine to Uranus at 20 degrees of Taurus. All right, I love this energy. It is so different than the square. This is really harmonious. It's not traditional at all, because Uranus definitely brings the non-traditional, maybe a bit of rebelliousness. But this can be so exciting and so romantic in a very non-traditional way, maybe. There might be a need for excitement and the need for adventure. It might be a great time to have an adventurous date, to do something you've never done before, try some food you've never tried before, try some music you've never listened to before, because Pisces rules music. So maybe if you always listen to jazz, listen to classical, or if you're a big classical fan, check out some heavy metal. Anyway, do something different on this day because the energy almost requires it, with Venus making a trine to Uranus. And just know that romance that started under this transit might be really free-spirited and a little bit different. It might be a bit unusual, just a little eccentric than usual. So all of those are things to look for with this transit. And just know, and this is a great note to end this on, that Venus trine Uranus could actually bring in a windfall of money. Now, will this happen for everybody? Probably not. I wish it would, but it could. These are some of the things that can happen just suddenly. You come into some money, and I hope that happens for everybody. Okay, I have some information for you regarding the outer planets, and then we're going to go on to our tarot for each sign, looking for your rising sign, sun sign, moon sign, and Venus sign. That's coming up. Okay, so just a few points to remember during the month of March. Saturn will be between 10 and 13 degrees of Pisces. So this can affect you if you have planets in mutable signs or your angles, your ascendant, descendant, midheaven, or IC. So look for planets or angles between the degrees of 9 and 15. The mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So if you have planets around these degrees, the Saturn energy may have more of effect on you this month. And this could feel restricted, delayed, doubtful, fearful. So sometimes when you know this kind of energy is coming, it makes the transit easier. But Saturn's job is to bring us longevity and more responsibility and make our commitments stronger. So try to use Saturn transits aren't always easy, but try to use the energy to your advantage as much as you can. And for everybody else, all right, Uranus will be between 19 and 20 degrees of Taurus, affecting the fixed signs. So this is Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. So if you have planets between 18 and 21 degrees, just be aware that Uranus will be making an aspect to these planets at this time. And Uranus brings very, very surprising, sometimes innovative, a little bit crazy energy in. Different things can happen, things can change in a heartbeat. So if you have planets or angles around 18 to 21 degrees, this is how March, your Uranus in March might affect you. Then we have Neptune, and it's between 26 and 27 degrees in the month of March. And it affects the mutable signs of Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius, with personal planets or angles between 25 and 28 degrees. So just remember, these are all really long transits. So that's the reason I'm being pretty specific on the degrees, because the outer planets move slowly. And especially as I'm coming to Pluto, because it's going to seem like a Pluto transit lasts for 2 years. But if you have any planets in the fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, or Aquarius, then Pluto will be having an effect on you, because Pluto will be at 1 degree of Aquarius for the month of March. Just remember, this will affect anyone that has planets in the fixed signs between 0 to 2 degrees. Just remember, Pluto is a really long transit. So just kind of look for the planets between 0 and 2 for the month of March. And cardinal signs, you're not quite out of the woods, because you will be having that full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, and that will affect also Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn. It will make a square to Capricorn and Cancer if you have planets there. And this is at 5 degrees. So look for anything between 3 degrees and maybe 7 degrees of your cardinal planets. Okay, let's get on to some tarot. I hope you enjoyed the transits for the month, and we're going to look at each sign, 2 or 3 cards to kind of sum up your month and give you some direction and clarity. And look for your rising, your sun, moon, and also your Venus, because it rules your love and your money. Okay, let's start off with Aries. Aries, and this is, remember, for rising, sun, moon, and Venus signs. Listen to all of those signs so you can get a really big picture of what the month of March is going to look like. For you, Aries, I have the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. So this is really interesting. Earth energy is really coming in for you strong this month. You may want to embrace the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. She's that woman that can get everything done. I mean, she's able to work, come home, fix dinner, have sex, anything. She can do it all. Also, this could be an earth sign person in your life that's really prominent this month, a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. So it could be either of those things, but embrace that Queen of Pentacle energy. I think you're going to be working really hard this month, Aries, with the Eight of Pentacles there. You may be working toward a project, toward a goal, but working and earning money is going to be really important for you this month. I feel like it's going to be a really good money month for you since all pentacles came up and they're all positive and upright. Also, working on projects with other people, incorporating others into your work, or maybe asking different people to come in and help you with a project, because working with other people is definitely part of the Three of Pentacles. So, Aries, looking like a good money month for you, and a hard working month, but I know, Aries, that you're up for it. So, Taurus, a lot happening for you this month astrologically. And I've shuffled the cards, everybody. I'm just not doing it on camera to save some time. But the first card I have for you, Taurus, is the Ace of Cups. Now, this can be a new beginning in love. This can also be a pregnancy card. So maybe some of you Tauruses out there are pregnant or about to be pregnant. So maybe look out for that energy. This can also be a gift coming in, a very loving gift, because it's the Ace of Cups. So look for those new beginnings this month, Taurus. But next I have for you, to me, this is a very Taurus card because I have the Four of Pentacles. And if you'll notice, he's holding on tightly to all Four of Pentacles. So this is sometimes called the miser energy. It can also be where you're holding on to a situation too tightly, a person too tightly. It's kind of a controlling energy where you're holding on so tightly that you can't really see the big picture and move on to the next set of pentacles where there might be more money or better things coming for you. So sometimes we have to let go just a little bit in order for other things to come in. So Taurus, think about, this is going to be different for everyone. Think about what in your life that you may be holding on so tightly that it's a good idea to let go just a bit. So maybe the universe can bring in something better or bigger for you. Next, I have for you, Taurus, the High Priestess energy. And with Uranus and Jupiter in your sign, I'm not surprised at all, because the High Priestess is very intuitive. Listen to your intuition. If you're hearing things, seeing things, feeling things, and you're wondering whether is this me or is this the universe? It's the universe. The High Priestess truly picks up on things around her. She knows what's going on, but in her heart, and this is a quiet energy. Just because you know or you pick up intuitively on these things, Taurus, doesn't mean you have to tell anybody about it. So keep your secrets this month, for the month of March. But the High Priestess energy is highly intuitive. So really dig deep. There's going to be a lot of chances for meditation this month, Taurus, and use those to your advantage. So Gemini, I also have the Four of Pentacles or Four of Coins for you. This is a different deck, shuffled many times. So if you have, and a lot of times you have the next door neighbor signs in your chart together. Possibly your sun sign is Taurus, but you have your Mercury, your Venus, and Gemini. So this again is that energy where you're holding on to something possibly too tightly, where you may be trying to control a situation, a person, or just holding on so tightly to your money because there's a fear that more won't come in or that you may lose what you have. So give up some of that control, Gemini. It's like that 38 Special song. Hold on loosely, but don't let go. It doesn't mean to let go of the situation or the money or the person. It just means to loosen up a little bit and give the situation a little bit of room to breathe. This is going to be different for everybody. So think about a situation or in your life that possibly you're holding on just a bit too tightly and you need to just loosen up just a little bit. Okay, so next for you, Gemini, I do have the Seven of Wands. This can be a very stand your ground, maybe even defensive energy. Is there an area of your life right now where you need to stand your ground? Is there a situation where you feel like possibly you're someone's trying to talk you down or change something and you just need to stand your ground? Everybody, like I said, it will be different for all of you, depending on which planet you have or which placement you have in Gemini. But there will be a situation this month where you just need to stand up for yourself, perhaps even go on the defensive, defend yourself about something. But this is what the universe wants you to do, is stand your ground this month. And finally, for you, Gemini, I have this another seven. I have the Seven of Coins or Seven of Pentacles. And this is the card of evaluation. Perhaps all these cards go together. You know, maybe you need to evaluate your financial situation or even as a relationship situation, because it's not just cups that embodies relationships, but pentacles as well, because it's physical. Pentacles is or coins, they're a very physical suit, very earthly, very much immersed in reality. So what are you evaluating this month, Gemini? What do you need to really look at and make a decision about? Perhaps it's the same thing that you're standing your ground about. Okay, Gemini, sounds like it's going to be a good month for you if you kind of learn to loosen up on some things, but still stand your ground. It's kind of, it kind of doesn't make sense. I think these may be two different situations, but it's going to be different for all of you. And also evaluate what you've done. You know, maybe evaluate a job, evaluate your money situation, or even, like I said, evaluate a relationship. Is this working for you or not? And this could maybe go along with that eclipse in Libra. Okay, Cancer. For you, the first card I have is the Tower. This is a very Uranian card. Uranus going through Taurus right now. Just think about where that is in your chart. But the Tower moment can actually be our belief systems kind of falling down, bringing in room for something else to take its place. The Tower can be a different situation for everybody. Usually it's something that happens suddenly, and it may have already happened for you, Cancer, but it's always something that is needed, that comes in our life, even if it doesn't feel like it at the time, y'all. Usually the Tower happens so that we can rebuild things in a more stable, sturdy, better way. And in the tarot, after the Tower comes the Star card, the card of healing and hope. So just remember that whatever Tower moment happened or may happen in March is likely to bring hope and healing at the end of the situation. Because the next card I have is the World. And this is a successful ending to something. The World is the last card in the tarot. It can also mean the weight of the world on your shoulders. Perhaps that's being lifted off. And this could have to do with this Tower card, something ending, but it is a successful ending as the World card is upright. So just remember that. But something may be ending in your life, Cancer. And again, this could have to do with that Libra eclipse. And the next card I have for you is so lovely. It is the Four of Wands. This is the card of celebration, usually a family celebration, but this can be a new birth, a pregnancy, a marriage. This can be a reunion. This could be an Easter celebration. It's like after the Tower and the World comes a celebration. So there could have been something that happened that you felt like maybe was the end of the world, that it wasn't good at all. but in the end, it became a reason to celebrate. So just give this some thought, Cancer, about what these cards mean for you, and it will be different for all of you. Everybody is not born the same day or the same time or have the same planets in Cancer. Okay, Leo, for you, the first card I have is the Magician. And I love the Magician. This is telling you that you have everything it takes to manifest whatever you need to or want to in your life. You have the wands, you have the pentacles, you have the swords, and you have the cups. You have all of the elements involved to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest. You just have to put those together magically and come up with something that works for you. Now, I will say this, the Magician was upright, but this can be trickster energy occasionally. I did mention in the astrology portion that there were some days that scammers could be really likely to come out of the woodwork this month. So I just felt like I was supposed to say that, kind of be on the lookout for trickster energy as well. All right, Leo, the next card I have for you is the 10 of Wands. Tens are the end in the tarot. This is the end of a burden. Thank goodness, right? Every Leo can breathe a sigh of relief because this is the end of a burden that possibly you've been carrying for some time. And the burden will be different for all of us. This could be financial, relationships, a job. This could be any situation where you just feel weighed down and burdened with it. But this is soon going to come to an end because this is the 10. So congratulations, Leo, a burden coming to an end. Next, I have the 3 of Wands for you. And this is after starting a project, starting something creative, starting a new job, any of those things, and then putting the work into it, making the choices, finally waiting for those ships to come in, waiting for the payoff to come. And so this is lovely energy, Leo, waiting for something really good to come in for you after you've put in the work and the effort. Virgo. So I have some really nice cards for you, Virgo. So this, especially with the energy of Saturn making an opposition to planets in that you have in Virgo, this is energy that you need to see coming in. But the first card I have, the 8 of Pentacles, is a little bit Saturn-like. It's about putting in the hard work to see results. So this might be a month that you're working really hard on a project or a plan or your ambitions, Virgo, but it will be worth it. It pays off because the next is the 9 of Pentacles, the independent, financially independent card. So keep up the hard work because next you have the 9 of Cups. So this is sometimes called the wish card. All I can say, Virgo, is lovely energy for you to manifest during the new moon, that Pisces new moon with these cups, 9 cups, is perfect energy to manifest and make a wish. So only thing, be careful what you wish for because you'll probably get it. So be careful when you're making those wishes, Virgo. But I have a feeling your wish will come true because next I have the 3 of Cups, the celebration card. And you're likely to have a celebration sometime this month of March, Virgo. You and your friends, you and your family. But definitely a celebration in tow for everyone. I have a feeling everyone will be celebrating something a little different, but still a celebration is a celebration. So I really like these cards for you, Virgo. Now, Libra, I have some lovely cards for you. This is a very Libra card. I have the 2 of Cups. Now, this can be a soulmate card, a union card. It doesn't even have to be romantic. This can be a best friend, just someone you consider a soulmate. It can be a close relative. It could even be your child, but someone you're in harmony with, in a close relationship with, that's going to come to the forefront for the month of March. It's beautiful energy. If you already have someone you consider a soulmate in your life, you may become even closer this month. Or perhaps somebody brand new is coming in, but this could even be a business deal where you finally seal the deal and come, and it's like you're shaking hands almost, sealing the deal. So look for that beautiful energy of the duo, the twosome, for you this month, Libra. Next, I have the Six of Swords, and this is moving on to better, more stable, clean, calmer waters after adversity, because the Five of Swords is adversity. And it's also, swords are what we think, is our thought processes. So this is coming to a better place where your thinking is calmer, where things seem to be going better, where things are more peaceful. Also, this could be a card of actually moving. So think about that, Libra. Are you moving this the month of March? Perhaps moving jobs, moving to a new home. But it's mostly moving into a more peaceful, harmonious place in your life, which is actually very Libra. All right. And finally, I have the victory card, the Six of Wands. I don't know where that victory is going to be in your life, Libra, but you can count on it. There's going to be one. There is going to be a situation where you feel like you have won, and this is beautiful energy for you. And please leave me some comments, everybody, on what these cards mean for you and how they play out in your life for March. So, Scorpio, the first card that I have for you is definitely the card of Scorpio. I have the Death card. So there will be a transformation of some sort in your life, Scorpio. Now, Pluto from Aquarius is squaring the sign of Scorpio. So especially if you have planets at the very beginning degrees of Scorpio, this may really affect you. And Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's your planet, Scorpio, Pluto, the Death card. You're not new to transformation. Just know that when the Death card comes up like this, usually something that dies or is put to death, however it may play out for each and every one of you, it's usually not resurrected. There is a total change. So this energy will be different for all involved. Just think about where something that may not ever be resurrected might be in your life, Scorpio. This could be jobs, relationships, just situations in general, situations with friends. It could be a lot of things. So really think about what this card might mean for you. The next card I have, Scorpio, is the Three of Swords reversed. So if you've been through some really rough energy, if you've had a breakup, if you've had kind of a three-way situation in your life somehow that affected you, you're coming out of this. The Three of Swords reverse isn't necessarily the card of healing, but it's a sign that healing is on its way, or a situation that could have broken your heart didn't, that somehow that it was mitigated, that something happened and it didn't come about as it might have. But you have to remember, Scorpio, that swords are our thoughts. They are the progression of communication. They're all about what's in our head. So perhaps you thought something was going to happen or was going on, and it wasn't at all. You were wrong. So really give this one some thought, Scorpio. This is a fairly deep card. It will be different for everybody, and the situation will be different. This could be coming out of a bad situation or a heartbreak, finally starting to heal, or this could be that the situation didn't happen at all, or it didn't happen like you thought it was going to. But this kind of goes along with it because it's a choice. We have two roads, the Two of Wands, and this is a choice to be made. Which path do I take? Which way do I go? So, Scorpio, along with these other things, you will have a choice to make. And I'm positive you, Scorpio, will make the right choice. And this could be about a myriad of things. Like I've said before, it'll be different for everybody. So, Sagittarius, I have some really interesting cards for you. The first card I have is the Ten of Coins or the Ten of Pentacles. And this could be an inheritance. This could mean that financial matters get much better for you. And this could mean that you feel materially comfortable for the month of March, that finances really go your way. It could also be a family matter. So, however this card applies to you, it's still a beautiful card, the Ten of Pentacles. And usually it does mean some financial success. Okay, the next card, Sagittarius, I have the Four of Cups. So, if you'll notice, this person is so focused on one cup when there's three other ones. So is this a missed opportunity for you? Are you so emotionally focused on one thing that you forget other things in your life? Perhaps, Sagittarius, you need to shift your focus this month and think about everything, or will put your emotions and heart into the other things in your life that perhaps you're not thinking about or dreaming about. This could also be a missed opportunity. So if you've been offered a job, a date, whatever, if you've been offered something and you were like, I don't think so, rethink it, because it could be just what you're looking for. You just can't see it because you're so focused on something else, Sagittarius. And lastly, Sagittarius, I have for you the Six of Swords. And one of the other signs got this card. I can't remember which one, but this is moving on to better waters, to the more smooth, peaceful, harmonious waters. It's leaving behind turmoil, perhaps arguments, and it's moving on to a more peaceful, harmonious place. And swords are about our mind and what we think. This could be a card of actually moving or changing jobs or moving away from a partner. It could be a breakup that you're getting over, that things are getting better, but it's always moving on into a more harmonious, peaceful place. Think Libra got this card, Sagittarius. Okay, Capricorn, the first card I have for you is the Chariot. So this is things moving quickly, going very quickly. It's also a card of victory. Love that for you, Capricorn. But on a deeper level, this can also be a choice between the head and the heart. So it's going to be different for everyone. But it's a victorious card. It's the card of Cancer, actually, your opposite sign, Capricorn. So, but along with the victory, it was probably a hard fought battle. You can tell that this is a warrior coming out of battle or going into battle. But anyway, there is a victory with the Chariot. So wherever in your life you need victory, Capricorn, or you need things to really speed up and happen quickly, this is the card for you. And also think about it may be a choice to make between the head and the heart. And the next card I have for you, Capricorn, is really interesting. I have the Seven of Swords. Now, this is usually called the Thief card, but it doesn't always mean that, because as I've said before, swords are about what we think, what's going on in our mind. So this could be, and this is kind of what I feel like it is for most of you, that you're not being cheated or lied to, but this is a card of strategy. So this is keeping your plans under wraps. You don't have to tell everybody what's going on, Capricorn. Whatever you've been thinking about, keep it to yourself. Use strategy. Be strategic with the Seven of Swords card, okay? Now, for a few of you, it could be the Thief card or a card where someone's lied to you, but I really see this mostly as a card of strategy and keeping things under wraps until the time is right. And the last card for you, Capricorn, I have your card, the Devil card, and that is the sign of Capricorn. the card of Capricorn. So this could be just a situation where Capricorn energy is really present in the month of March. You could be working really hard, a lot of ambition involved with this card, or it could be where there is a control issue where you need to get a habit under control, where you're being tempted in a situation, or whether you're trying to control another person or they are trying to control you. It's going to be different for every Capricorn. But because we're doing the sign of Capricorn and we got the card of Capricorn, Capricorn energy, it could just be a very victorious Capricorn month for you in this month of March. Okay, Aquarius, for you, it's really interesting because the cards really don't seem to go together, but that doesn't mean that all of these energies don't apply to you, Aquarius. And again, this can be your rising Venus, sun, or moon sign. So the first card I have is the Star card, which is the card of Aquarius. And the Star card is a card of healing. It's also kind of the wish card, that major arcana wish card where you wish upon a star, that kind of energy. But mostly it's the card of hope. So have you lost hope in something, Aquarius? Because there is a reason to have hope again, that whatever situation that you're in, for everyone it's different, that things will be better with this Star card in the month of March. The next card I have for you, Aquarius, is the Seven of Cups. So this is kind of that Neptunian nebulous energy where there's too many choices and you kind of don't know which direction to go. Or it could be that you have so many choices, you don't know which direction to go. They can all be really good things in your life that you need to make choices from or between. But this energy can be a bit foggy, where you kind of just don't know where to go next. So for everybody, it's going to be different. Just keep your focus and remember you have the energy of the Star as well. And lastly, for you, Aquarius, this is like my favorite card, really. I have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is the independent, financially independent person. This is the person that has worked really hard, like with the Eight of Pentacles, and worked hard, and now they are financially independent. They're able to provide for themselves. It's not just a card of luxury, but having everything you need and having a lot of the stuff that you want to. So Aquarius, I love this card for you. Just remember the Star card is your card, and that card of healing and hope. And this is how things can be. Leave me some comments, y'all, about what these cards mean to you. And if you'd like a personal reading with the tarot, I do tarot readings as well. If you'd like a personal reading, you can book a reading with me. Use the link below in the notes. Okay, now for the sign of Pisces. So this is Pisces, rising, sun, moon, or Venus. So Pisces, the first card I have for you is the Five of Swords. Do you think this is because Saturn is in your sign? It could be. But the Five of Swords it's like winning a battle at a cost. You know, this is all that head air energy where there may be arguments, and it is a victory card of some sorts, because usually the Five of Swords comes out the winner, but someone may be hurt or get their feelings hurt at the cause of this argument. So be careful with this energy, Pisces, because but after the Five of Swords comes the Six of Swords, which is moving to calmer, more harmonious waters. So if you have some arguments this month, Pisces, or you have those arguments in your head, just be aware that you can win the argument, but you may not win the war, okay? The next two cards I have are really, really interesting. I have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. And Pisces, I have to tell you, both of these are pregnancy cards for me. I'm not saying that all Pisces are going to get pregnant or they are pregnant, but I did just want to say that because I flipped over to the bottom of the deck and I had the Sun card. And as you can see, this is also one of my pregnancy cards. So Don't know what's going on with you guys, Pisces, if there's something in the water or what, but just be aware that someone could get pregnant this month. But other meanings, okay. The Ace of Wands is a new beginning. This can be a new creative adventure, a new project, but brand new creative energy coming in. It's a beautiful card. And the Ace of Cups. This can bring new love in, new beautiful emotional awakening. This could be a spiritual awakening as well. But new love coming in, possibly, maybe an apology, maybe a gift, all of these things. But beautiful, beautiful for energy for you, Pisces. Just remember that winning the argument is not always the most important thing, okay? All right, everybody, please leave me comments below and don't forget to like the video. It has been a pleasure and I hope your March is fantastic. Okay, bye from Florida.